Hello everyone. Okay, so now we're down to the last week of our lesson for week 8. And let's embark on a journey of self discovery and growth as we explore the fascinating world of mental and psychological health. So, this will be our topic for this week. Remember that taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body. Okay, so this journey may have its challenges, but with dedication and self compassion, we can achieve a stronger, healthier, and a more fulfilling life. Okay, so let's begin. So, mental health is integral to overall health. It's more than the absence of mental illness, it is interconnected with physical health and behavior. Okay, because it's not just about not having a mental illness. Even if someone doesn't have depression or anxiety, it doesn't always mean, guys, that they have good mental health. Because good mental health means you can think clearly, manage your emotions, and you can handle daily stress. It is also connected to your body. Why? Because if your mind is not well, of course, definitely your body might feel weak or tired. Excuse me. Likewise, if your body is sick, it can also affect your mood and thoughts. Okay, in short, taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your own body. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, next. Mental health is not just about having a mental illness, just like what I have said earlier, no? It's a big part of our overall well-being. And let's define what is well-being. Okay, because it's a big, it affects how we think, feel, and act. It also changes from person to person and from culture to culture. That's why mental health is seen as a public health and psychological concern, not just a medical one. Okay, so this view is supported by the World Health Organization and Saliman's PERMA model, which shows what helps people live happy and meaningful lives. Okay, so here are the 5 parts of the PERMA model. The first one here is the positive emotions. These are the feelings of like joy, gratitude, love, and hope that enhance well-being. And it makes us or it helps us feel good. For example, if a student feels happy and thankful after receiving praise from their teacher, then that is a positive emotion. Number two, or the second one is the engagement. Being deeply involved or absorbed in activities. This means being fully involved in something you enjoy, in something you love. Okay? For example, a teenager loses track of time while painting or simply playing basketball because they love doing it. And that is engagement. Relationships, forming supportive, meaningful connections. So, a good mental health includes having a strong and supportive connections with other people. Okay, for example, mm, you as a student feel safe and understood when talking to a close friend or family. Okay, so you're seeking for a support system that or someone whom you can lean on whenever you have a problem, and that is relationships. Next, meaning having a sense of purpose and belonging. It's about feeling that life has a purpose. For example, if a student volunteers to teach younger kids and feels proud to make a difference, for example, what we're doing in the university, okay, which is the service learning program. Iba kasi ang feeling pag we extend our help and support to, especially to less fortunate ones, no? Next, accomplishment, feeling a sense of success and fulfillment. That is about setting goals and how we achieve them. Okay, achieve them or accomplishment. For example, a student feels proud after finishing a hard performance task or project or passing an important exam. For example, your midterm exam. That's something, that is your accomplishment. So meaning to say, mental health is not just absence of problems. It's about feeling good, being connected, and living a life with purpose and achievement. Okay? Next, mental health problems during adolescence. So what are the mental health problems that we encounter or you encounter as an adolescent? Okay, so number one is depression. Okay, so depression is a common mental health problem or disorder. So it affects how a person feels, thinks, and acts. So around 5 out of every 100 adults in the world, and that's 5% experience depression. Women are most likely to have depression than men because women really express their emotions. They are very transparent. We also become like the overthinker ones. Okay, that's why we always experience depression. Okay, if depression becomes very serious and untreated, it can lead to suicidal thoughts or actions. So the goodness is there are treatments that work. Okay, whether the depression is mild, moderate, or it becomes severe, people can feel better with the right help, of course, such as talking to a professional, taking medicine, or just simply getting support from other people that are close to you. No? So, yeah. Okay, so based on the given um illustration there, so we have the difference between depression and sadness. Okay. For depression, it's a health problem, a clinical condition, like a sickness that affects your mind. Okay, it also lasts a long time. It's very persistent, not just for a day or two. Okay, various physical and mental symptoms. It affects your body and mind, like always feeling tired, trouble sleeping, or even not wanting to do anything. Significant impact is that it seriously affects your life course as a whole, like making it hard to work, study, or enjoy things. Like we think there's no hope left for us. Okay? So it requires professional help. You need help from a doctor or counselor. It doesn't just go away on its own. And that's very serious, guys. Genetic and environmental causes. So it can be caused by genes or environment. And sometimes it runs in families or is linked to stress and because you have so many problems in life. No? While sadness says there it's a natural response. It's a normal feeling. Everyone feels sad sometimes, of course. Yeah. So temporary it doesn't last long, usually only for a short time. Lalo na 'pag may nagpapasaya sa atin, it doesn't really last that long, no? General feelings of unhappiness. You just feel down or unhappy, but not in a deep or constant way. Mild impact. it doesn't really affect your life too much, no? You can still do what you need to do, okay? And resolves naturally. It goes away on its own, especially after some time or talking to a friend, then mamaya wala na yan, no? So triggered by events. It happens because of something like failing a test, losing something or someone, that is, or just having a bad day. Okay, so in short, sadness is something we all feel, and it usually gets better. Okay, so depression is more serious, lasts longer, and needs proper help. Okay, so I hope that's very clear. Also, we move to recognizing the basic signs of depression. So, what is anxiety disorders? Okay, so anxiety class is very common. In 2019, around 301 million people around the world had anxiety. That's a huge number, actually, you know? More women experience anxiety than men. For some reason, women are more likely to have anxiety just because we are very, very emotional, especially when we have a red days, ganyan. Napakahirap talaga. Okay? So, it often starts when you're young. Of course, many people begin to feel anxious as kids or as teenagers. So there are good treatments available naman. Doctors and therapists can really help people who have anxiety. But not everyone gets help. Only, of course, only one out of every four people with anxiety gets the treatment they need. Okay? So next. Okay, how anxiety disorders affect the body? Okay, one or the first one, the left side's insomnia. You may have a hard time sleeping or staying asleep. It's because you have anxiety disorder. Fast heartbeat. You think that you have a attack, but no, that's not a attack, but that's anxiety disorder. No, your heart might beat faster even if you're not moving too much or even if you're not moving much, no? Sweating. That's very common if you have anxiety disorders. You might sweat a lot even when it's not hot or even if you're just lying down, no? You're just like daming talagang pawis. Okay, shaking or twitching. That's also common, no? Common symptom of anxiety. Your hands or other parts of your body may shake or move without you meaning to do so. Like, no, bakit kaya nanginginig na naman ako? I don't know the reason why. So we move to the right side naman, the headache. Anxiety can cause pain or pressure in your head. Nakala mo, ano na mangyayari sa ulo mo kasi sobrang sakit-sakit na. And that's also one of the symptoms of anxiety disorders. Fatigue. You feel very tired even if you haven't done much. Drain na drain ka na. Di ba ang nagsisimulang araw, wala ka ng gana, pagod na pagod ka na. Shortness of breath. Okay. It may feel hard to breathe or like you can't get enough air. Feeling mo ina-asthma ka, ganyan. Kasi nga nawawalan ka ng hininga. But that is anxiety disorders. You know what, cuz I experienced these things, even digestive problems, ha. You might have stomach pain, feel sick, or trouble going to the bathroom. I experienced these things. I mean, these things talaga, lahat. When my father died. I think it's actually, after 3 days, no, na nandun siya sa bahay. Number one, I experienced insomnia. Hindi ako makatulog. And then, here comes, digestive problems, fatigue, headache. And then, nagkaroon ako ng fast heartbeat. I thought, hindi ko na alam kung mayroon ba akong sakit sa puso, ina-asthma ako kasi nawawala ako ng hininga. And every time na sinusumpong ako niya noon, sabi ko, Lord, ano kaya 'to? And then, kukuha ako ng maligamgam na tubig, iinumin ko talaga siya. You know what, Wes, whenever I think of that experience, very traumatized experience, I'm still teary-eyed, no? And that really affects you as a person. Kasi hindi mo naman talaga maitatago, no? Na hindi mo sabihin na kahit sabihin mo na magtapang-tapangan ka, pero kapag andiyan na sa anxiety, lahat, lahat, kasama niyan. Okay? Ayan. So, napakahirap magkaroon ng anxiety. Okay. Ano ba yung mga signs ng anxiety? Okay. So, ayan. Frequent worry that interferes with daily life. Lagi kang may, ang tawag dito, lagi kang natatakot. Nag-worry ka simpleng bagay lang. Mga ganyan. Lalo na kapag mag-isa mo, wala kang ibang magagawa diyan. Withdrawal from social life. You really prefer to be alone than to socialize with other people. Fixation on fear of next panic attack. For example, na like sa akin noon, nangyayari yan every mga 6 PM, siyempre, mga ano na yan, gabi na yan. And then everyday, lagi kong, alam mo yun, iniisip ko na, ano baka kapag 6 PM na naman, magkaka-anxiety na naman ako. And it always happen. Why? Kasi nga iniisip mo, that's also a psychological factor. Ano kasi lagi mong iniisip na, ala, ano mangyayari kay mamaya? Mga ganun. Irritational or irrational fear, rather, and avoidance of a harmless object, place, or situation. Like for example, sa akin noon nung nakita ko yung, hospital, 'pag nadadaanan ko talaga hospital noon, I mean umiiwas ako. Alam mo ayaw ko makita, ayaw kong lumapit dun kasi natatakot ako 'pag nandun ako. Gano'n siya kalala, okey? So out of the blue panic attacks, 'yan, hindi mo na na-anticipate. Kahit anong oras puwede kang magkaroon ng anxiety disorder 'no? Lalo na kapag lumala na 'yan, it's very severe, 'no? Recurring nightmares, flashbacks, or numbing of past trauma, 'yan. Kaya you know what, Les, I always tell this to my students, 'no, walang ibang tutulong sa sarili ninyo kung hindi kayo lang. Do everything that you need to do in order to, overcome this one kasi napakahirap magkaroon ng anxiety disorder. It's not just a simple thing, okay? Ayan. Next, we move to eating disorder. So this disorder are problems now with how a person eats and how they feel about food in their body. People with eating disorders might eat too little, too much, or in unhealthy ways because they are very worried about their weight, shape, or looks. Okay, these disorders are not just about food. They affect a person's thoughts, emotions, and most especially self-esteem. Mawawalan ka talaga ng self-confidence. They can also harm the body and lead to serious health problems. So it's important to get help. Lalo na kung may PCOS ka or lalo na kapag may mga nagbo-body shame. That's why I really, really hate people, or I mean not the people, but the attitude na nagbo-body shame, 'no? Why are you doing that? Eh, kung iba-iba kasi tayo ng situation. Like you cannot really say, you cannot really dictate someone na, "Uy, magpapayat ka na kasi ganito ang taba-taba mo na." Ano kung yung tao na yun may pinagdadaanan pala, like meron pala siyang PCOS na nahihirapan siya na mag-cope, 'di ba? Tapos sasabihin mo, example, magtataba ka naman, tignan mo nga halos butat-balat ka na." We cannot really say that one, okay? That's something puwedeng magkaroon ng, stress or depression yung taong pinagsisimihan mo 'yan. Kasi hindi lahat ng tao pantay-pantay ng pinagdadaanan or pareho ng pinagdadaanan sa buhay, okay? Okay, so next, the main types of eating disorders and their symptoms. So we have eating disorder, which are, um anorexia nervosa. And these, the right ones, yan po yung mga primary symptoms. For anorexia nervosa, severe restriction of food intake, fear of gaining weight, distorted body image, and weight loss. Suddenly weight loss, no? Next, bulimia nervosa naman. Okay, yan po yung laging vomit natin, laxative issue, feelings of guilt. Ang dami natin kailangan, hindi kailangang maranasan, no, kapag meron tayong bulimia nervosa. Wait lang, excuse me. Okay, sorry for that. Again, okay, so next, binge eating disorder. This is a recurrent episodes of binge eating without compensatory behaviors. Feeling of loss, control. Well, hindi mo na nakokontrol yung pagkain mo. Every now and then, lagi kang gutom. Ganyan. That's binge eating disorder. Next, avoidant restrictive food intake disorder or RFID. So, restriction of food intake due to sensory sensitivities or fear of choking. Okay, yung lalo na kapag may mga trauma kayo sa mga kinakain ninyo. For example, kumain ka ng ano ngayon, ng, what do you call that? Yung pusit, ganyan. And then you, mistakenly swallowed it, and hindi mo siya malulok-mulok, and then nawawalan ka na ng hininga. That's the only time na kapag kakain ka na ng pusit o di kaya naman ng, for example, yung calamares, ganyan, wala na, natakot ka na kasi baka mamaya ma-choke ka ulit, na gano'n. Okay, so next, pika, persistent eating of non-food substances. Okay? So, next. Okay, so what is scroll phobia? Okay, so scroll phobia, also called um didascalinophobia. Okay, again, school phobia or didascalinophobia. Okay, is when a child or student feels very afraid or anxious about going to school. Why? It's often connected to other anxiety problems, class, like being scared of being away from parents or being nervous around other people. Like, um, you are, for example, you are treated differently in school, ganyan. Then the next day, ayaw mo nang pumasok. You're afraid. You're afraid of other people's judgments or even their looks, no? Pwedeng yun yung maging factor. This isn't just about being lazy or not liking school. Okay, it's a real mental health issue that needs understanding and support. Okay? Napakahirap when you experience school phobia. Kasi kahit ano gusto mong or mag-aral, ganyan, you cannot, you, yes, you cannot focus well. Why? Because you always consider different factors that will or that might affect, no, your performance. Okay, next, what is learning disability? Okay, learning disabilities are problems, no, these are really problems that affect how a child's brain understands, okay, remembers, uses information, and there are different kinds like dyslexia. This means no trouble with reading or spelling. O you I mean, parang kapag tumitingin ka sa mga word, kapag may dyslexia kasi ang tao, if you try to look at the words or the sentences, parang yung mga letters dun, para siyang, tawag dito, parang nahahanin, ganyan. Basta hindi mo maintindihan talaga kasi nga never siyang naging steady sa paningin mo. Okay, that is dyslexia. Okay? We also have nonverbal learning disorder. What is this? This is trouble understanding body language, tone, or solving problems. That is nonverbal learning disorders. At anong gusto mong maintindihan yung isang tao, lalo na yung kanyang mga gestures, ganyan, you cannot do so. Why? Because you have this kind of learning disorder, no? Next, these challenges, I mean, these challenges don't mean a child isn't really smart. They just need to learn differently. Okay? Kailangan po nilang matutukan ng maigi. With the right help and support, I mean, children with learning disabilities can still succeed in school and in life. Okay? Next, conduct disorder. Okay, so this is a mental health condition where a child or a teenager often shows behavior that goes against rules or hurts other people. These include lying or stealing. Yan, ginagawa natin. Skipping school. Huwag po natin masyadong gawin yan. Lalo na we have conduct grade now. No, delikado, matruwansi ka dyan. Fighting or bullying, pwede kang makasuhan pag ginawa mo yan. Hurting animals or damaging property. So these behaviors class happen again and again, not just once or twice. Okay? Children with conduct disorder are not just being naughty, no? They need understanding, support, and professional help to learn better. To learn better ways to handle their feelings and actions. Because we have different situations. Siguro yung mga students na dito na kailangan talaga ng attention sa bahay nila. Like, they cannot really express themselves, no, sa kanilang bahay-bahay. That's why ginagawa nila yan sa school. But we don't tolerate that kind of behavior. No? Hindi pa rin po puwede 'yan. Hindi puwedeng irason na ganito, ganyan nangyayari. Kailangan pa rin po nating mag-behave, 'no, sa school. Hindi lang sa school, sa lahat ng aspects na o sa lahat ng, pupuntahan natin, ganyan, kailangang behave po tayo, okey? Okay, so ways on achieving psychological well-being. So we have the mindfulness practices, the mindful meditation, you do yoga, ganyan, mindful breathing, yung tinuro ko sa inyo noon, mindful movement, paano ba maglakad, paano ba gumalaw, mindfulness in everyday life, bringing non-judgmental awareness to routine daily activities, body scan, you have to be aware of your own body, loving kindness, ayan, kailangan po natin yan. Visualization, okay? We need positive mindset, no? 3-minute breathing space. Kapag feeling mo you're being bombarded with so many problems in life, just try to pause, no, for a while. And then you continue na, then you bounce back higher. Okay, so that's the thing, no? Okay, so, okay, okay, so, hmm, okay, so we're done now with our discussion for week 8. Okay, so I hope you learned something and I hope you try to watch this until the end, no? because you really need this. Not just as, in your as part of your um academic, but something that will help you, no, in order for you to overcome your challenges or problems, no, as a person. Okay? So that's all for our meeting today. Good luck, and God bless to your midterm exam.